Lavender is a very easy plant to propagate from cuttings. All you need is a propagating mix, some cuttings, and a warm position to keep them in until they've formed a good root system. We're going to show you how to do it. So the best time to take cuttings is in early spring. You can take them in late winter as long as you have a propagating house or some form of cover that's going to provide a little bit of extra warmth, protection from the cold, and maintain a little bit of humidity. And we'll show you how to do that. What you're looking for in a cutting is a stem with a heel on it. So what we mean by a heel is the part where the new green wood here is meeting the slightly older wood. We'll just come in here and snip that off. Once you've taken your cuttings, and we do recommend that you take a few so that you get the number of plants that you want, because they may not all strike, you're ready to use your propagating mix, and we'll show you how to do that. When we're propagating lavender cuttings, we like to use a propagating mix that is 1/3 vermiculite, 1/3 peat moss, and 1/3 compost. This makes it a nice, light, airy mix. The vermiculite retains moisture, and this is going to be great for root development. If you don't have access to these materials, you can simply use a straight potting mix. Next, you need to prepare the cuttings. Strip the foliage off the bottom part of the plant, and then trim off the top of the plant. This has left you with a nice long stem, which allows for better root development, and some leaves on the top, which will help with transpiration. If there are any flowering heads, remember that you need to remove those. We've prepared our 4 cuttings and we're ready to plant them. You'll notice that we're using tall plastic pots, but you can use anything. We prefer something that's a little bit taller because we like to put a longer stem down into the mix. Once you've prepared your cuttings, you're ready to plant them, and all you need is a pencil or a stick. Poke a hole down into the propagating mix, insert the cutting, and firm in back around them. At this stage, you could use a rooting hormone, which will perhaps improve the strike rate. You can also use honey if you don't like to use the chemicals, and this is also said to improve the strike rate. In our case, we're not using those this time. Once your cuttings are in, you need to mist them with a light spray so that they stay nice and moist, and then they're ready for you to put them away in a warm position until they start to show signs of good growth. This is usually about 4 to 6 weeks. Once they do, you can take them out of that warm position and put them out into a sheltered spot in the garden. At this stage, you can start to water them with a liquid seaweed fertiliser, and after another 4 or 5 weeks, you should find that they're ready to plant out into the garden or to plant out into larger pots or containers, whichever you like. In cooler climates, the cuttings are going to be better off in a hothouse, or if you haven't got a hothouse, some sort of propagation box. But if you don't have either of those, you can simply use a plastic bottle to place over the top of the cuttings. You can mist spray through the top of the bottle, and you'll find that this keeps the cuttings warmer and also increases the humidity, which will therefore reduce transpiration and encourage a better strike rate. So that's it for propagating lavender from cuttings. For more information, visit the website, and for regular updates on all aspects of gardening, subscribe to the YouTube channel. And as always, good luck with your gardening.